Well, in the past 5 years, the Albany VA Medical Center is seeing an uptick in veterans receiving mental health and crisis support with the help of local law enforcement.
Yeah, it's all thanks to a federal program on veteran crisis and more training for local law enforcement. CBS 6's Emma Quinn sat down with the Albany VA police chief to learn more about the program and just how far it reaches.
Coming home from military service and transitioning to civilian life can be a challenge for many veterans.
You have an experience that it's hard to relate to, like leaving your family, going overseas. I mean, there wasn't internet when I was overseas, it was letters.
Thomas Gibbons, police chief of the Albany Stratton VA Medical Center, would know. He served in the Air Force in the 80s and 90s, along with time in the reserves in the early 2000s. In 2019, Gibbons brought a national program to our local VA called Outside Law Enforcement First Responder Suicide Prevention.
And our whole goal is to outreach and work closely with the locals to make them aware of that we're an asset to them and hopefully bring them when they're in crisis to come to us.
It teaches local law enforcement about veteran-specific crisis intervention, PTSD, and more. The training is meant to bridge the gap for veteran support and educate local law enforcement on veteran culture.
I will talk about common deployments, like veterans today have upwards of 20 deployments over a 20-year war. We'll talk about readjustment, traumatic brain injury, pain, which is a big issue among veterans.
The training is showing results. Since 2019, 275 veterans in crisis have been brought to the Albany VA. Over the years, they've trained over 3,000 law enforcement and first responders.
We'll give them some signs that they might be triggered, that 1,000-mile stare or very nervous. So we'll ask them a simple question. It's a grounding technique. Sir, do me a favor. Where are you right now? It might snap them from that hamster wheel. Tell me 3 things that you see. I've seen that work, and it's amazing.
Gibbons and his team have trained local departments such as Troy, Ulster, Kingston, and the State Department of Homeland Security, even traveling to Huntington Beach, California, Las Vegas, and Fayetteville, Arkansas.
We're now getting calls proactively from law enforcement, like Troy PD has a mental health team that's out on the road. They had a homeless veteran they were very concerned with. They came in and sought out the person that runs our homeless team and were able to connect with the veteran and get him housing.
While times have changed, Gibbons says his experience in the military helps give him perspective while training.
Talk about the readjustment coming home, and my longest was right after Desert Storm. I went overseas to provide Operation Provide Comfort for the Iraqi no-fly zone, and it was a 15-month tour with follow-on training, so I was away for 18 months. I missed the birth of my daughter, so the time we were reunited, she was 1, so I understand about adjustments. And what I tell the locals, I go, that's 1 deployment.
Members of the Troy Police Department say the training and resources taught have been used multiple times for patrol officers. For CBS 6 News, I'm Emma Quinn.